Namaste and welcome to my channel. So if you're pregnant or trying to get pregnant and you would like to keep a positive attitude and mindset because you know it's important for your health and the mind and health of your baby, then please keep watching because I will share with you 5 practical tips that will help you to stay positive during your entire pregnancy. In Ayurveda and Indian philosophy, there is a whole concept of Garbha Sanskar. Garbha means fetus and Sanskar means education. It's the belief that education and parenting starts within the womb. It's the belief that mental and behavioral development of the baby starts from the time you conceive the baby. We all know that the food we eat will create the body of the baby, but what we might not know is that our thoughts, our emotions, and generally our mindset will create the thoughts, the feelings, the personality and the nature of our baby. So Garbha Sanskar, basically its objective is to foster a happy and healthy pregnancy and a happy and healthy mother so that you can create a happy and healthy child. It goes through diet, yoga, meditation, music, etc. But in this video I'm going to share more practical details and tips that have personally helped me as well, because it's hard to keep a positive mindset during pregnancy when so many things are going on. It can be a very challenging phase in a woman's life with your body changing or hormones being all over the place, and yeah, you may have like physical problems as well. So I think it's a very challenging period and phase. So it's even harder to be positive, and you have so much pressure that, oh right, I need to do everything right. I need my diet perfect, I need my mind perfect, I need my surrounding very positive. There's so much pressure and it's even harder to be positive. So I've gathered up like 5 things that have helped me stay positive. So whatever I'm gonna say is based on 2 quotes that I find really inspiring. The first one is from the Buddha, and it says, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." So basically it means that our mind has the power to bring things into existence. Our mind can, and our thoughts can materialize into reality. It's basically the principle of the law of attraction. And the second quote is from B.K. Shivani. She simply says, "Become what you want your child to be." So it's basically like, if you want a happy baby, you have to be happy yourself. If you want a calm baby, you have to be happy. You have to be calm yourself. If you want a compassionate baby, then you have to be compassionate yourself. It's logical and it makes complete sense. This is because each thought and each emotion is passed on to your baby. We know that hormones go through the placenta. For example, stress hormones like cortisol are quickly passed on, even though there is a filter, passed on to the baby. And stress can be very harmful to your baby's development and growth. But there is a deeper connection than just food, oxygen or hormones passing through, and that is the bond between the mother and the child. That is a soul-to-soul connection, and that's why the mind of the mother can influence the baby. And B.K. Shivani says something really nice, that you can have like 1,000 thoughts a day, and some of them may be positive and some of them may be negative, but you can't select the thoughts that are going to pass to your baby. All of them will go to the baby, not only the positive one. You can't select which ones are going to pass on. So if you are angry, if you feel upset, if you feel depressed, everything is going to pass on. And then that's why it's important to stay in a positive mindset, because everything you eat, but everything you think is passed on to the baby. So pregnancy is a time to transform yourself, and take it as an opportunity to work on things that you haven't been able to before, things you want to improve in yourself, for example. So my first tip is list down the qualities you want in your child and visualize them. So once you've written down all the qualities you want in your baby, put that list like by your bedside and read them every day, every morning, every night. Keep repeating, and that will help. Repeating these qualities will help attract them. And also the second thing is visualize your child behaving in a certain way, the way you want your child to be. And visualization techniques are very, very powerful tools, because they are linked with our subconscious mind, our creative mind that is beyond logic and reason. So that can be very, very helpful. When I got pregnant with my first one, I actually did that list, and I'm going to share with you because I think it has really worked. So I wanted my son to be happy and cheerful like my mother and my mother-in-law. I wanted him to be determined like my husband. I wanted him to be family oriented like both of my dads. I wanted him to be visionary and a great achiever like my uncle. I wanted him to be curious like my maternal grandfather. I wanted him to be wise and knowledgeable like my paternal grandfather, and the list goes on, but I've listed them down, and I am slowly discovering that these qualities are coming through. I kept reading them and reading them, and it's actually worked. And I know this time around my pregnancy has been very different and a bit more challenging emotionally. It's been like a roller coaster of emotions, to be honest, and I feel like my second one will be perhaps more powerful because I've been through more hardships, and she'll be more confident, I think, and she might be a bit more short-tempered as well, because I've been quite angry and frustrated this time round more than the last time. So this is to tell you that this actually works, and these are really powerful tools that you can employ during your pregnancy. So my second tip is to see the positive in everything, whether it's in situation or in people or in life. And the first tip to see things positively is to list down things you're grateful for. And let's just start with the basic things. If you have a roof under your head, great. If you have food on your plate, great. If you're watching this, it means you have a mobile or a computer to watch it. And I'm sure half of the world population don't have these three things. And it means you're very lucky. And if you're watching this specific video, it means you're willing to change. And also that you're pregnant, which is great news. So you've achieved a lot in your life, and these are things you can be grateful for. But you can list down other things you're grateful for, and that will help you kind of focus on the positive aspects of your life. Yeah. And the other thing that can help to see positively is positive affirmations. If you haven't checked hypnobirthing out, I suggest you do some research on your hypnobirthing, And if you would like me to do a video about hypnobirthing, please let me know in the comment box below. I think this is the greatest concept if you are pregnant. It's all based on being positive and removing the fear and the anxiety that is related to the birthing experience. So it can be like positive affirmations like, I am a strong and capable woman. I can do this. My pregnancy will be healthy. I will have a healthy baby. My birth experience will be safe and easy. Things like that you want for your pregnancy, for your child, for your health. You need to list that down and put them again on your bedside, just like the list of qualities you wanted for your child. So I think positive affirmations are also helpful in focusing on the positive aspects, and repeating them will also help them to attract. Other thing you can do is find a purpose. If you are pregnant and you want your child to be like achieve something great, and also that you feel like you are fulfilling yourself, finding a purpose can be very motivating in life, because that will help kind of want you to wake up every morning and do those things. It can be like creative, like I want to paint, I want to do some like landscape drawings, I want to write poetry, I want to dance, or even I want to help others. Can be very, very fulfilling ambitions. For me, I've just created this YouTube channel recently, and sharing my pregnancy experience has been very fulfilling in a way, because I felt like somehow I could help others. Whether it's true or not, I feel like it will help others, because I wish I had that. There's loads of women out there sharing obviously their pregnancy journey, but there was nothing comparable to me, and I wasn't that much aware of so many things, and I wish I knew that. And it's just a way of expressing myself as well. So for me, this has been very fulfilling and very positive experience in a way. Other things you can do is read inspiring books, or read biographies of people who've achieved or who've defended a noble cause. That can be a very powerful tool to kind of make your child aware of those things and be ambitious, for example. Now, if you struggle to see the positive aspects in your life, you can cut out the negativity in your life. That can be another way of seeing things. So one of the things that you can cut out is negative media or negative information. When you are pregnant, you're constantly like exposed to other women telling you their horror stories, like, oh my god, I had a horrible birth experience, I had this, I had that. Just learn to say no and tell them that you'll listen to their story once you've given birth. It's just gonna scare you, create fear and anxiety, which is completely unnecessary during pregnancy. Especially once you start approaching your due date, you become more and more conscious about giving birth, and you create that kind of fear. I had that fear in my first pregnancy. I was very anxious about it. In my third trimester, I was like, okay, I want the baby out because I'm tired and exhausted, but I'm very, very scared. So that didn't help me open up, expand, and just like get the experience that every woman deserves. So anyway, learn to say no to horror stories. Other things you can cut out is horror movies, horror or violent movies or even action movies too noisy. In my first pregnancy, like when I watched like not horror movies, but violent movies, even action movies with a lot of like noise, it made my belly go tight and I didn't like it, and I felt like the baby didn't like it at all. And now that my son is even 2.5, he doesn't like that kind of noise or movies, and I know it started from like within. And even now during this pregnancy, the other day I've heard a lot about this movie called Bird Box, and for some reason I thought it would be very poetic, like a bird in a cage or something like that. And I started watching it, and the first 5 minutes traumatized me. And I did not think that watching people killing themselves is a nice thing to see during pregnancy. Honestly, it's not a nice thing anyway, but during pregnancy it kind of traumatized me. I mean, the movie may be great and have a like, you know, morale to it, but honestly I did not want to see those images. I still have visions of that, and I suggest you to stay away from that kind of things and stay away from other things like women giving birth like born in a minute or something like that, because all you see is women screaming their heads out, like punching their husbands and partners because they are giving birth. You don't want that kind of image subconsciously affecting your birth experience. So stay away from that. If you have also negative people that hurt you, that upset you, stay away from them. Be surrounded by people you admire, with qualities you admire and you would like to have. So that is very uplifting. Third tip is to let it go or let it out. So let it go. If you can't change a situation, then it's not worth it. You need to let it go. Be patient, be relaxed, and let that go. And if something really bothers you and you get really hurt and upset by that, then let it out means speak it up, discuss about it, try to find solutions, especially like with your partner, with your close family. If something's bothering you a lot, you need to find solutions to deal with that problem. And there is no point you keeping that within you and just overthinking it. You need to speak up, and that's something I struggle with. I don't complain, I don't speak it up, and I keep things within myself. And I really struggle to talk about it. And when I talk about it, I become very bitter because I've thought about it for too long, like days and days, and then it becomes bitter. So I'm working on myself. So that's why I thought I would share this with you, because it's something I go through myself. The fourth tip is to take care of yourself. Now we know it's obvious that you need to look after your diet during pregnancy, your exercise like yoga, meditation, swimming, anything you fancy. And third thing is sleep. Sleep is super important. When you hit the third trimester, when you hit the third trimester, you can't sleep, and that's where I am at the moment. I'm 9 months pregnant, 36 weeks, and I can't sleep. I really struggle. Sleep deprivation can affect your mind very badly, and it's a vicious circle that never ends kind of thing. Listening to soothing music is also super important during pregnancy. The baby will start hearing sound and your voice, everything, after 24 weeks. But there is a deeper connection. You can start talking to your bump straight away. That is something that's written in our maternity notes. That is something the midwife talks about. So that is a very obviously basic belief that the baby will listen to everything you say and everything you hear. So music is a super important aspect of Garbha Sanskar, of creating that positive atmosphere around you. And the other thing in Indian culture that we do is listening to mantras and chanting the sound Om, because that can also affect your mind, and it removes all the stress and the anxiety that you may have. So try to, for example, chant or recite the sound Om 10 times a day, whether you're Indian or not Indian. This is life-changing, honestly. It has so many health benefits and mental benefits. It's absolutely amazing. And I hope you obviously do some yoga and meditation, because that will also help you to be more positive. More oxygen flowing in your mind, in your brain, makes you obviously more positive. One important thing that will help your mind is pampering yourself, treating yourself to, for example, massage, manicure, pedicure, haircut, anything you really like, because physically you're going through hell, especially in your third trimester, with the heartburns, the swelling, the pelvic pain, the sleep deprivation. Your body is like exhausted. So you need pampering. You need to treat yourself with things that are relaxing for your body. And you know, if you relax your body, your mind will be relaxed. It will release happy hormones that will help your mind and help your baby. And then it will also help your birth experience, because you will be more relaxed and, you know, more in connection within you, basically. My last and final tip is to take charge of your life. This is your body, this is your pregnancy, and this is your baby. There is a lot of pressure during pregnancy to do the right things. You'll receive a lot of advice, whether it's wanted or unwanted, and it can make the pregnancy experience a little bit heavy and bitter and a bit confusing as well. So I think the best thing to do, now that there is so much out there, there's so much information, educate yourself, do your own research. That is super important. I wish I had done that in my first one, but this time around I've done my research. I feel like I can make informative decisions, and that makes me a lot more confident about myself and about my pregnancy, about my baby, and that makes me more positive. If I'm confident, I will be positive. So just take charge, be confident, and take informative decisions. So that's it. I hope you found these tips useful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, if you'd like to know more and, you know, follow me, just subscribe to my channel. I would love you to stick around for more videos. See you in my next one. Bye.